Hello everyone, this is AB Media. I'm Aaron here, and today we're going to talk about military versus college. I have experience with both. I have a 4-year degree, a bachelor's degree, and the degree is in sports, arts, and entertainment management, which sounds broad and complicated, but it's a really good degree, and I can go in that further in another video. And then I also have military experience. I enlisted in the Army in 2014, and I, for various reasons, as you can check my first and second video, I'll put it in the description, I got out, and now I am in the process of re-enlisting. So I am making this channel and providing educational videos on my experience, vlogging, just different things about specifically the Army, but also the military as a whole, so consider subscribing. Now, to just get right into it, one of the first things you would consider when thinking about military versus college is just the schooling, because it's kind of directly comparable, and the military is free. You get a free degree and no really questions asked. I know when you get, like the military has a GI Bill, whether it's any branch, and it's you can use it while you're in after 2 years of active duty, or you can use it while you're out, or even give it to a spouse, a child, and those things. It's like $48,000 towards a degree, and then if you're out of the military or give it to a spouse, they'll give you a monthly stipend, like a monthly allowance just to live while you're going to school, which is usually it's like a couple $1,000 for public schools, and it's like a little over $3,000 for a private school.
Wow, bro, that's crazy.
So it's really nice, and then they give you other allowances for books and all that kind of stuff, and it's just nice. And also, besides the GI Bill, you can still get free schooling while you're in the military. And I know specifically for the Army, I believe every branch kind of has their version of it, but the Army has like their own kind of college, and you can get up to an associate's degree, and then there's more schooling you can get working to your bachelor's, and they will pay for a lot of them classes. So you pretty much just go to the center where you talk to people to sign up for the classes and such, and they will guide you through, and they will tell you which credits you can take based on what degree you want to go for, what schools they have that are approved with them, and it's really nice. And that's not even including the GI Bill. The GI Bill, you can go anywhere, any university in the world. I mean, you can get a degree from there because it's just money that they give you to go towards school, and that's just great that it's free for the military. Now, college, to directly compare, you have to pay. I mean, people are fortunate enough, as I was. I got a scholarship for track and field. I was a top All-American sprinter, and I was fortunate to get most of my degree paid for because of that. And now you can get grants and different things like that, but a lot of people just take out loans, and you know, if you're getting a medical degree, and there's different degrees that, you know, definitely pay off. And I'm not degrading any degree at all, but I mean, everyone knows that if you take out a lot of loans, you're going to be paying them off. And that's just something to think about when going to college. Now, second, you know, I kind of have my guided list here. I put military versus college. Is military, you are controlled. People say they own you, but it's kind of, you're controlled in the sense of there's formations, you have to shave every day. There's just different things that they require you to do, wear a uniform and all that kind of stuff that comes with it, that the college ain't really like that. I mean, you're moderately controlled because you have to go to class and you have to meet your standards for grades. But you can go out and party, you can skip class, you can, I mean, it won't result good on you, but you can really do whatever you want, especially after class. You can do extracurricular activities, you can go out and party, you can do whatever. There's people in college when I was in that were doing drugs, were doing all kinds of things, and no parents, nobody to say what's wrong. And a lot of them are fresh out of high school, moving away from home for the first time, so they just kind of do whatever, and some go off the rails, some are good, so it just depends. But the military is controlled and provides that structure to where if you mess up, there's going to be consequences. Next would be the military provides you real world skills. And it does vary on your job too, but even if you're in a certain job, they just teach you things that are real world. Like in basic training, they just teach you on leadership and how to, guide people and things like that. Obviously on combat related stuff in basic training, they teach you how to shoot a weapon, land navigation. There's gas chamber stuff, throwing grenades, being out in the field, sleeping in the woods, and learning about movements and different formations and tactics and, just certain things like tie a knot, go on a confidence course, climbing things, working as a team, and all kinds of stuff, really, skills that you learn throughout your whole career, right? Not just basic training, your whole entire career. Now, college specifically it's pretty much the curriculum. You kind of just get taught your curriculum. So if you're a business, you get taught a business degree. If you're, engineering, you get taught your engineering. Same goes with law, whatever degree may it be. That's what you're taught. And then after that, that's it. I mean, they have student leadership programs and student council and kind of different clubs that make it, fun and different than just your standard classroom environment, but that's just what you got to consider when considering college versus the military. Now next is a big one, is military. You travel, and traveling is one of probably the top 3 things that people join. I know that was a big thing for me joining before, and even why I'm really enlisting, because you travel everywhere. I mean, you can go to different countries, Germany, Alaska, Italy, Japan, so many different things you can experience that 4 years being in college, you can't. Now, a lot of these things don't apply to online college because if you're online, you can be anywhere in the world you want as long as you're doing your assignments. I'm kind of mostly referring to 4-year on-campus typical college experience that most people experience. And like so the college, you're just stuck with your classroom curriculum, and yeah, I mean the military, regardless of what branch, you travel all the time. You might be at your duty station in the States or wherever for a couple of years, but you go on temporary duty assignments and you travel around the world and you go on different missions and things. The travel is top notch. Military during your 4-year term. Now the way I'm comparing this, I know I'm going over a lot of different things, but I say it and I'm comparing these things because military, the minimum, most branches is 4 years. So you get a 4-year term and then you can get out and you can keep benefits and whatnot. But that's directly comparable to college because college is a 4-year experience. So I'm kind of comparing 4 years to 4 years. So that's why I'm going over all these things. But next would be the military. You get paid while you still get free college and still get to travel and still do all these things. You get paid. And now pay is based on rank. I mean, you're not a millionaire in the military by no means, but you save a lot of money and make more money than what your salary says because you're getting housing allowance, you don't pay for rent, you don't pay for food and things like that. So you're making a lot more than what it seems. And just you're getting paid. And even if you're going to college for free, you're getting paid to go to college. So it's just always nice. Now for college, I mean, comparing to that, you're paying to learn. You're not getting paid, obviously. I just kind of threw that in there because you're paying for that degree and the things you learn and the experiences you obtain. So yeah. Now, next would be a big one. The military is teamwork. Military, you're forced to work as a team, learn as a team, accomplish things as a team. If you're not a team guy or don't like working with others, the military is just not for you, because you might have jobs where you're alone a lot of the time, but you're going to be involved in team environments and team situations all the time. Now, college, there's really no requirement for team. I mean, people might say you're in class and you got to work as a team and things like that, but that's not what I mean. It's you and your grades. You're not based, you don't get graded based on, groups. I mean, for assignments you do, but you know what I mean. It's just you, your degree, your curriculum, your learning, and it's up to you whether you want to pass or fail. So yeah, I mean, the military is huge on teamwork, and that's something I like, because you meet a lot of people and build a lot of relationships and bonding and brotherhood. I mean, I love that aspect. Next would be fitness, and with the military, you're required to obtain a certain level of fitness. Now, fitness, all branches aren't the same. Army and Marines are more top-notch. You do PT every morning, and Navy and Air Force, Navy sometimes does PT, but Air Force, you don't do PT every morning. You're supposed to do it on your own, which a lot don't. But regardless, you still have a PT test in every branch you got to take, and it requires you to have a certain level of fitness. Now, obviously, college, during them 4 years, you can have no physical fitness at all. You can do no physical activity and still obtain your degree. So if you're one that just don't like physical activity at all whatsoever, the college experience might cater to you more, because you don't really care to do anything. Versus the military, right in basic training, you are forced to be physically fit. I mean, you can't really even join unless you have a certain height, weight standards, and things like that. So it's definitely something to think about and consider when weighing out both. Now, next, world environment. That's what the military gives you, is a real world environment where especially more combat oriented jobs, you're out in a different country, whether it's, really in combat in Afghanistan and whatnot, and it's a real world scenario. There's life and death on the line, and the mission is on the line. The whole integrity of the branch is on the line based on some missions. And all the, goes down to lower end spectrums where you're fixing an aircraft just on your daily job in the States, or, whatever you're doing. And that's a real world thing, because if you don't get your job done, that mission or whatever you're doing is not going to happen that day or week or whatnot. Versus college, you are in the real world. You're in an environment, but it's a school environment. It's specifically for school operations. If you fail, the school's going to be fine. I mean, if the 80% of the people fail, the school's going to be investigated and not rated highly. But if you fail, the school still chugs on. There's no mission. There's no real world thing you have to do that will compromise the integrity of the school. So that's something to consider also. So I kind of just lined up just a few things just to consider versus each. Now, a little bit of my story. I went to Point Park University in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That's kind of where I'm from. And it was nice. It was in the inner city, and I did my full 4 years. I ran track. I was the captain of the team, things like that. And it was fun. I enjoyed my college experience. I had fun, went to some parties and whatnot. But I focused on my grades. I got a little bit above a 3.0 for my cumulative for my career. And I enjoyed it. And I did have to take out some loans because it is a private school. So although 80% was paid for, I still have some thousands of dollars in debt because of that. Now, a lot of people, they will get that degree and not do anything with it. And I don't want to call out certain degrees, but everyone knows or does research, certain degrees that don't correlate with real world. And that's just something you got to think about even going to college, is your degree going to be directly correlated? Now, if you get a medical degree and you're in school for 6 to 8 years, you're going to get a job more than likely. or engineering or law or things like that, where you're gonna get a job if you apply yourself and reach out and actually look for and really go for them jobs. Now, there's other ones where you might not. So that's just something to think about. But I really enjoyed it. I mean, if I could go back, I may have stayed in the military, but things in my life that's happened since then, it's really benefited me, and I feel like going in now, I am 27 now, so I have a different perspective on life. I've been through the college experience and seen a lot of the world, so I think I'm in that perfect threshold to where, you know, I'm experienced and I have that college experience that'll bring me in. And honestly, I want to become an officer soon too, and you know, having a degree already, that's great for me, because I'm starting enlisted based on, because I need a waiver to get in, so I can't go in as an officer, but I'm starting enlisted, so I'll go in as an E4. So if you have a degree, you go in as an E4 if you're enlisted, unless you go officer commissioned right off the bat. But I will go in as an E4. If you have like over half of a degree or something like that, you go in as an E3, and if you have some, you go in as an E2. But so yeah, I mean, I go as an E4. I'll be within a couple years going, you know, E5. So I mean, that's great. And for promotion points, a degree off the bat is really good. And like I said, my degree was sports, arts, and entertainment management, which it's kind of like a business degree, also with marketing, also with facility management, and different things like that. You can be a sports agent. You can work with a lot of sports teams and operations. I honestly really enjoyed it, and I don't think I would have had too much of a problem getting a job. But it's all sharks, you know, going for the same entry-level jobs, and you got to work your way up and whatnot. And I just have a lot of knowledge on what the military brings you, and the free college. I can get a master's for free, and just real-world experience, as I talked about. And I mean, that's my opinion. It's not. This is not to promote the military at all, but this is just kind of my take and what I think. And yeah, I mean, leave any comments or anything on if you went to college first, or did you join the military first instead of college to get free college, or your reasons and all that. Feel free to check out the recommended videos at the end of the screen. I post mostly Army content, but like I said, I have family members and friends in all branches, and I will post all content for all branches. And when I enlist soon, here within a month, and get my ship date, I'll update you guys, and I'll start interviewing people and doing collabs. I'm already in touch with a lot of different military YouTubers, and yeah, I mean, I'm here to stay. So thanks for the love, guys. See you.